what are some of the reasons why businesses fail? Confusing passion with commitment.
Well, it's interesting. I wrote a little thing. It's a freebie. It's like a 25-page PDF that you can download on my website if you go to, Daas Knowledge, DAAS Knowledge. It's called 5 Reasons Small Businesses Fail. Not a great title. I should have made a more positive title, but that's the title. And the fifth thing is, to touch on your point, Paul, is confusing passion with commitment, right? Well, go back to the dating analogy, right? We've all been passionate about people that we've met and had early stage relationships with. But then over the course of time, something changed or something fizzled, and that's not who you ended up marrying. You married the person that not only did you start out with passion, because passion fades, but you were committed to the relationship. So passion is sort of like the hook, but then commitment is the 5 hours it takes to reel it in. And a lot of people will quit when that comes. They just will. They'll give up. They'll cut bait. They'll cut the line. Right? We see that all the time, whether it be in personal relationships or businesses or anything, right? Commitment is the number one key. So even if you love this thing, right? Like I got baseball cards up here on the wall behind me, and I love baseball cards, right? I could start a baseball card business if I wanted to, but I'm smart enough to know that I don't want to, right? Because I'm passionate about it as a hobbyist because it's fun, and I don't want to turn it into work. I just don't, because you're going to end up having to slog through it every single day. And in a business like that, which has had a heyday recently, I mean, the price of cards has gone. What's behind me is probably worth at least 10 grand. My Roberto Clemente cards. Probably even more the way that it's gone up. But I don't want to be in the business of trading that. Yet there are other people who are like, no, I'm not so passionate about it as a collector. I like it as a kind of a fungible token. It's a piece of cardboard. It's no dumber than an NFT. Let's just call it what it is. It's a little piece of cardboard that came with bubble gum, right? I bought the cards when I was a kid for the bubble gum. The cards were an afterthought. And now, those were professionally slabbed, at $10 a piece. Just the fact that such a business exists is silly. Somebody graded that with a microscope. I mean, that's just goofy. But for some people, that's like, no, I dig that. I love those various elements of it, right? Then you may say to yourself, I've got the kernel of a business. But then you got to stop and say to yourself, can I make money with this? Right? 2 things you got to know, right? A coach taught me this 25 years ago. If you're analyzing any business, 2 things: cash flow, gross margin, right? It's the only 2 things you need to know whether a business is viable. If you can master those 2 things, then you have the potential to have a money-making business. But if either one of those don't work, you shouldn't even waste your time.